for sleep. Hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Hey guys, it is the end of a long day and I just finished some quick meal prep for myself for the week and for John as well. I don't have to meal prep for the kids this week. We're just staying home all week. But I have just found that once again, now that we are back in a really good school flow, it is so important for me to have some stuff prepared for myself, or I am just grabbing empty foods all day long. So I just decided to do a quick meal prep, some smoothie prep for the week, some snacks, and a couple of simple lunch items. I don't necessarily need to like portion out 5 days worth of food, but I just do a couple of things to propel myself into a new week. If you guys have missed meal prep with me videos, give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up help my channel so much to know like what you guys want to see more of, and just to keep you guys engaged, so I know that you are enjoying this kind of content. And let me know down in the comments below what you guys like to meal prep for the week, or if you do meal prep. There hasn't been a ton of reasons to meal prep in 2020, so for that reason it's been a long time since I've done one of these videos. But like I said, it's important to do some meal prep for mom if I want to stay alert and engaged. And I find out that I get really over emotional and just kind of apathetic when I'm not eating a variety of colorful, vibrant foods throughout the week. And so I was kind of starting to feel that way. It was catching up with me, my kind of slack eating habit. So I decided to do a little meal prep again. So that's what's going on tonight. I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you what I have happening in my kitchen tonight. Okay, so cast of characters for smoothie number 1. I grabbed these smoothie well, these are actually like soup containers that you can use for the freezer. It took some time, but I did find some that were biodegradable. The rest of them are not, because of the coating they have to put on it, but these will not be in my freezer for months and months. It's really just for potentially a couple of weeks. So sorry, that was weeks. If it's a little chaotic in our house. It's kind of like bedtime around here right now. So anyway, I'm going to do a mint chocolate chip one as my first one. This has actually been the smoothie that we've been having in a big batch in the mornings, but I thought it would be beneficial to have a couple that were available on the go. So for this recipe, you will need some spinach or greens or whatever you like to put in your smoothie, and then cacao nibs, and then we have some chlorella. Any other kind of greens would be just fine, but it's helpful if it makes it extra green. I've got some organic mint extract. Is it gonna focus? There we go. Got some of that. And then some banana, and then of course some almond milk or whatever kind of milk you like to, or liquid, even water that you like to use in your smoothies when you blend it. So I'm going to assemble these. What I did was I just mixed the chlorella with some mint extract and almond milk, and I just mixed that up and turned it into little ice cubes, so I wasn't putting the mint extract in the containers. The container would just soak it up. Otherwise, I would have just put the powder right in there, but I just went ahead and mixed it all together and froze it in ice cube trays. So I'm gonna put 4 of these cubes in each container here. This is about a cup of almond milk mixed with, I did half a teaspoon of the mint extract, and then I think I did a tablespoon of the chlorella. Yeah, because 1 serving is 1 teaspoon, and so I was doing 3 teaspoons, which is a tablespoon. So I'm gonna assemble this one first.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. shimmer on our
All right, so there you have it. I put 2 teaspoons of the cacao on top. So this has about just a handful of spinach at the bottom, and then some frozen banana, 4 of those frozen ice cubes, and then the cacao. And then I did forget to mention that I'm just gonna put 1 scoop of the chocolate protein powder on top, and then I will close this one up. So then when it's time to enjoy, I'll just take it out, dump it in the blender with some almond milk or some water, and then put it right back in this cup. All right, and go. Next I'm making one called pumpkin spice latte. I just made this one up and it's really yummy. I just took some canned pumpkin, some leftover canned pumpkin from a recipe, and froze it in this ice cube container. I'm gonna put 3 in each. And then I also froze some cold brew coffee. I'm gonna do a scoop of vanilla protein powder. I'm going to do a scoop of barley grass juice powder, and then some frozen banana and some spinach. So here we go.
dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align.
Okay, next I'm gonna do a peanut butter banana, and instead of using spinach in this one, I cooked up 2 bags of this organic butternut squash and froze it. And I actually really like this with sweet potato, frozen sweet potato, but my store was out of that, so I just got butternut squash instead. And this is just an alternative to a green smoothie. It's not like super dark green when I make it, but this is going to be some frozen butternut squash, some frozen banana, 1 scoop of the PB Fit, and a little barley grass juice powder, and then turmeric, because I feel like the peanut butter protein powder masks the turmeric flavor better than anything else. Not that it's too strong, my kids will notice it. I'm not making these for my kids, I'm making these for me, but it's just the kind of the recipe that I use. And then a little bit of cacao powder to bring in the chocolate. So let's build this one.
Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy.
All right, I went ahead and added a little bit of cacao nibs on top there, just to give it a little chocolate chippy kind of crunch when it's all blended up. And I topped it off with a little more squash because it kind of settled down a little bit more than the others without the spinach at the bottom. There's my laundry. And there's that one. All right, so the last one I'm gonna do, I was trying to decide between 2. We love banana berry smoothies here, but I'm gonna go with what my kids call a sunshine smoothie. It's got all the tropical fruits, and usually I'll do orange juice instead of almond milk, but sometimes I wanna add a little creamy to it. And so we just, a mixture of any tropical fruit, pineapple, mango, like I said, orange juice, anything like that. And then I always do as much greens as possible. So I'm gonna do spinach, and then I'm gonna do barley grass juice and chlorella. And honestly guys, I don't keep up with this stuff, so all of my research is based on what I've told myself I remember from years ago. I've done smoothies the same way for like 10 years, which is that like citrusy and tropical fruits are the best catalyst for greens. I don't recall if that's true or not, but it at least masks the flavor really well. So if you're really gonna load it down, I love pineapple or orange in a smoothie. So I am going to do spinach, all of that, plus 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder and the banana as well.
Side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
All right, and there they are, double stacked up in the freezer with plenty of space in front of it. We have one of those side-by-side, you know, refrigerators and freezers, and it is not a very big freezer space, so just so you guys can see the size. Okay, now I'm gonna make some chia pudding just to have on hand for snacks. So I'm gonna do 2 cups of almond milk in my blender. Now you can make this without blending it up, but the consistency is very tapioca-y. I don't mind that, but when you do blend it, if you have a good blender, it will turn into like a mousse. So 2 cups of dairy-free milk. I've got 1/2 cup of chia right here, chia seeds. Definitely don't add those first in your blender. I know from experience they'll get caught underneath the blades and just not actually blend up because they get really gummy when they get wet. And then I have 1/4 cup of the cacao powder right here. And what else do I need? I will link this recipe down below for you guys. It says 1/4 cup of maple syrup, but I'm gonna do a little under. From my experience, when you let this sit in the fridge, it just tastes sweeter and sweeter with time. And then you can always add a little more when you're sitting down to eat it if you would like. And that's all I'm gonna add, and I'm just gonna blend this up real quick and show you. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. It thickened up already, but as it sits in the fridge, it will continue to thicken. And so for those of you who do like chia pudding, you know that it usually takes a couple of hours when you're just soaking the chia seeds. So it's pretty impressive that it's nearly ready to go when it comes out of the blender. So I've got some different cup size options here. Now you can stick this in the freezer. You should really only leave it in the fridge for a few days before it starts to separate or get a really interesting aftertaste from the chia seeds. But between Bella and I, we will eat this in a few days. Sometimes, John, what do you think, John? Do you like this?
I hate it.
You hate it? Even when it's blended?
Yes.
Well, there you have it. And I'm gonna do a nice big one for myself for tonight. No, I'm not. No. Oh, stink. I'm gonna borrow some from the other containers because I was really looking forward to this tonight. And you can top it with some coconut whipped cream. We love the, I think it's just called Cocoa Whip, and some raspberries or frozen fruit. All right, so while I'm in the kitchen here, now the kids really like when John or I are kind of like out and about while they're falling asleep. So John's right next to me folding laundry. Hello. And I'm just gonna boil this pasta to put together a quick pasta salad. I might just do about half this bag, and then I'm going to cook 4 of these chicken breasts. I cube it up and I cook up some buffalo chicken. Now this would be for like a lightened up buffalo chicken salad for John and I for lunch. And I put out salad bar for the kids, and I'll just add the buffalo chicken to the top for mine. The kids will have like macaroni or something on the side. If you guys have seen any of my meal planning videos, you know my kids love salad bars, so I have the toppings prepped and things like that, but I'm just gonna make myself some buffalo chicken. I'll put half of it in the refrigerator as a topping for the week for John and I will put half of it in a freezer bag for next week and just get ahead for the week, so I only have to cook it once. It takes just a couple minutes. so simple. I'll actually just link the recipe down below. The only swap I make is I use a little olive oil instead of butter, and I don't taste a difference whatsoever when I'm cooking this up. So, and then I'll just prepare this and I'll toss the pasta salad together, but I will make up the dressing and keep it on the side so that it's fresh when we eat it. Now this will only stay in the fridge for like 3 days. So once the pasta's cooked, as long as I don't put the dressing on, it'll last for a few days. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm going to mix up the pasta salad. I just made some of the sauce in the little vinaigrette in this jar. I just did equal parts olive oil and tomato sauce, which sounds weird, but it's so good, and lime juice. And then I did a generous portion of red wine vinegar, but I love red wine vinegar, so I'll put the original recipe down below. You don't use as much as I used. And then a little garlic powder and salt. And I'll just have this available for when I do mix up each individual portion. So I'm just going to dump the pasta salad, or the pasta in there, add the tiniest little bit of olive oil, and kind of mix that around. Hold on, one-handed. All right, I realized that looked like a little, well, that was a lot more than a tiny bit, but you know, it's gluten-free pasta, so you gotta add something or it'll just become all gummy together. Then I'm going to add, this is tomatoes, 1 green bell pepper, a whole seedless cucumber, and a half of a sweet onion, and I'll mix this up. All right, and there we have it. So I've got my portions here, John's portions, because John's booty can handle pasta better than mine can. And then I've got, this is gonna be my lunch. This is just going to be a part of John's lunch. He usually brings some more with him besides just this. It is really hard for me to no longer cook like he works a labor-intensive job. Even though he hasn't worked that job for almost 3 years, I still cook like I'm feeding him for like 12 hours of straight hard work. So I will just put this aside and we will have it as a side with dinner one day this week, or maybe for the kids' lunches. But yeah, so there's that. And now, oh yeah, the chicken. Gotta show you the chicken. Guys, I'm out of practice on these meal prep videos. If you guys like these meal prep videos and you wanna see more of them, again, give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you guys are still into this. I've missed meal prepping, but you know, it's 2020 and there hasn't been much to meal prep for. There hasn't been much to prepare for. As far as outings go this year. So getting back in the groove here, friends. Here is the chicken for salads for a couple of days this week as well. And so later in the week, probably in a couple days, and then some to freeze for next week as well. So that is my little mom mini meal prep for this week. I don't have to prep much for the kids. They're just, you know, we're not going many places this week, just a normal school week, and they have been loving salad bar, so that has been pretty consistent lunch with some kind of a protein or a side on the side. So yeah, quick, easy Sunday night prep. Kids are in bed, killed some time in the kitchen, and we are set to go.